Shane Van Gisbergen just shocked NASCAR. The man everyone said would never figure out ovals just ran inside the top 10 for more laps at Martinsville than in any other Cup race of his entire career. He started 5th. He shot up to 2nd. He had the race winner in his sights. And then something happened that nobody in that garage could fully explain. Stick around, because what he just pulled off changes everything heading into Bristol. Let's go back to before the race even started, because the first shock came before a single lap was run. Shane Van Gisbergen qualified 5th at Martinsville Speedway. 5th. On an oval. This is the same driver who posted a 34th place practice time that same weekend. The same driver who, just 1 year earlier in his 2025 rookie season, could not put together a clean short track weekend to save his life. His spring Bristol run in 2025 ended in a DNF after a suspension failure on lap 179. His fall. Bristol run ended after a mid-race spin, and a speeding penalty knocked him back to 25th. And now he's lining up 5th at the most chaotic half-mile in NASCAR. People in the garage noticed. When you start that far up front at Martinsville, your whole day changes. SVG said it himself after the race. Starting up front, the racing flows much better and cleaner. People race much nicer up the front. That quote tells you everything. He knew the secret. He just needed to get there. Stage 1 went almost perfectly. SVG held his ground in the top 6 the entire stage and crossed the line 6th to collect stage points. The car felt good. The crew was communicating well. And for the first time at a short track, Shane Van Gisbergen did not look like a man trying to survive. He looked like a man trying to win. But stage 2 is where things got complicated. He started to struggle with corner exit grip. Tires were going away faster than he wanted. Other cars were getting around him on restarts. Every restart, he said, was costing him 1 or 2 spots, and he could not get them back. Not because of speed. He had the pace to drive back to the guys who passed him. The problem was purely technical. Car position on the restart and how to fire off the line on a short track at 160 miles an hour with 39 other cars fighting for the same piece of asphalt. That is a skill that takes years to master in NASCAR. SVG is trying to learn it in months. He finished stage 2 in 8th and collected more stage points. 8 total on the day. That matters, and we will come back to why in a minute. Here is where the story gets wild. With the race ticking down and SVG running inside the top 12, crew chief Stephen Doran made a call. On lap 268, he pulled SVG down pit road for 4 fresh tires. Early, very early. Everyone else stayed out and it looked risky. It looked like a desperation move. It was not. When the pit cycle completed, Shane Van Gisbergen came out of the pits in 2nd place. 2nd, right behind Chase Elliott, who would go on to win the race. SVG was 1 restart away from a legitimate shot at the top 5, maybe more. Then the tires started to go away again. Drivers who pitted later on fresher rubber started picking him off one by one. A lap 312 caution for debris brought the field back together. Then Bubba Wallace drove straight into Carson Hocevar, triggering a 12-car accident on the very next restart. SVG had to dodge chaos at 160 miles an hour while running on older tires against drivers on brand new ones. He fought to the finish and crossed the line 11th. His reaction post-race was not the reaction of a man happy with 11th. That pisses me off, he said, running top 10 and missing it. That sentence right there is the most important thing he said all weekend, not because of the frustration, because of what the frustration means. He expected to be in the top 10 at Martinsville, a short track, in just his 4th start at that circuit. Now here is the number that should genuinely shock you. In 4 starts at Martinsville, Shane Van Gisbergen's results are 12th in 2024 with Cowlick Racing, then a DNF and an outside top 25 finish in 2025, and now 11th in 2026. Each visit, he gets better. He said it plainly. Every time I've come here, I've gotten better and better. We've got a good notebook now, and I think that is really helping. But it is not just Martinsville. Look at the full 2026 oval picture. 6 oval races, 4 top 15 finishes, 6th at Atlanta, 11th at Phoenix, 14th at Darlington, 11th at Martinsville. The only 2 oval races this year he did not finish in the top 15 were Daytona, where he got caught in a crash after running in the top 10, and Las Vegas, where early damage on lap 1 sent him to a 36th place result. Remove the bad luck races. His average oval finish in clean races this year is inside the top 12. NASCAR insider Eric Estep said it better than anyone. We've seen other world-class road course ringers come to NASCAR and take years to not even master the ovals, just get competitive on ovals. Shane has done it in less than 12 months. Less than 12 months. And remember those 8 stage points? Here is why they matter. With 34 total points from Martinsville, SVG moved to 14th in the Cup Series standings. He is firmly inside the playoff picture right now, chasing a chase berth on oval tracks that were supposed to be his biggest weakness. His Trackhouse Racing teammate Ross Chastain, a former top 5 points driver, is sitting 5 spots below him with just one top 15 finish all season. SVG has finished ahead of Chastain in 5 of the first 7 races. He is not just surviving in his second Cup season, he is leading his own organization. So what comes next? Bristol Motor Speedway, April 12th, Food City 500. And this is where the story takes a turn nobody saw coming. Bristol has been the worst track of SVG's NASCAR career. Not just bad, brutal. DNF in the spring of 2025, 25th after spinning, and a penalty in the fall. He himself admitted before this season that he has been trying to schedule extra Truck Series races at tracks he struggles with, specifically naming Phoenix and Bristol. Watch this space, he said. Bristol is a 0.533-mile concrete oval with high banks and walls that close in fast. It punishes drivers who do not nail their restart position, which is exactly the one skill SVG just identified as his current weak point. But here is the other side of that coin. Bristol also rewards drivers who have momentum, who have confidence, who go into a race weekend not trying to survive, but trying to attack. And right now, Shane Van Gisbergen has more momentum than almost anyone in that garage. He just ran second at Martinsville. He just led Trackhouse Racing in points. He just outdrove a man in Ross Chastain who has been racing Cup ovals since 2017. Confidence is not a small thing in NASCAR. It changes how a driver sets up the car, how aggressive he is on pit road, how calm he stays when traffic closes in on a short track. The other thing nobody is talking about is the schedule itself. Kyle Larson is the defending Bristol Spring race winner. Denny Hamlin, who dominated Martinsville and led 292 laps, has historically been strong at Bristol too. The competition SVG is walking into is not soft. These are drivers who have years of Bristol muscle memory baked in. And yet, 3 weeks ago, nobody thought he would qualify 5th at Martinsville. Nobody thought he would run second on lap 270. Nobody thought his Martinsville notebook would be good enough to put him in contention for the top 10. He keeps proving the predictions wrong. Shane Van Gisbergen shocked NASCAR at Martinsville. The question now is whether he can do it again at the one track that has stopped him every single time. Bristol is 6 days away, and the garage is already watching.